Hi, I'm Robert Sanders. I'm a therapist and coach, and I deal specifically with the cases of anxiety and confidence in different ways they represent themselves in people's lives. And today I'm here to talk to you about anxiety, and particularly about breathing. So, when we're anxious, we tend to breathe in a certain way. We tend to breathe very shallowly in the shoulders, in the neck. And that's a natural response to fearful situations that people have developed over thousands of years. It's the fight or flight response. Why do we do that? Well, probably because when you're in fight or flight, what you want to do is you want to burst into action. You want to either run away really fast or you want to attack. And when you want to do those things, you need to have plenty of oxygen in your blood supply. So breathing lightly increases your levels of oxygen naturally, which is fine if you're facing a lion or jumping off a cliff, any of those sorts of situations. But most of the situations that we get anxious about, even if we can actually even describe what they are, because sometimes anxiety is general, don't require excesses of oxygen. In fact, those excesses of oxygen are harmful, and they can make us feel lightheaded. They can start to give us chest pains. It can start to feel like we can't breathe, when in actual fact we're breathing too much. So when you're experiencing anxiety and you're breathing like that, that's going to increase the anxiety. It's going to make things more difficult for you. So you need to find ways of overcoming that. So obviously, changing your breathing is one of those ways. It's not always easy to do it in the moment, but practice will make it easier. So you need to overcome these problems that are associated with anxiety and to be able to change your breathing habits. One way to do that is just to take deep breaths, as people said. So when you breathe in, you're taking the oxygen in one go, but the oxygen is having time to be processed and turned into carbon dioxide, which you then breathe out. Okay, so deep breathing, yes, absolutely, breathe deeply. But there's an even better way to breathe. And the way you can think of this is that you're breathing in energy and you're breathing out anxiety. Now the thing about breathing is that everybody breathes at different rates. Some might be naturally breathe in for maybe 5 seconds when they breathe in naturally to fill their lungs. Others might take maybe 7 or 8 seconds. So one thing's natural to one person and another thing's natural to another. So it's no use me sitting here and saying to you, right, breathe in for 7 seconds or breathe in for 5 seconds. Because for some people that's going to feel very unnatural and very uncomfortable and therefore difficult to do. So what I'm going to say to you is I want you to just get a sense of how long it does take you to breathe in and fill your lungs and fill your chest and fill your diaphragm. So you're really going to fill yourself up. You're not going to rush it. And I want you to just do that now. And I'm going to give you a few seconds to just take a deep breath. Empty your lungs first. Take a deep breath and count in seconds how long that takes to do. So keep filling as much as you need to do, counting as you go. Okay, and then just naturally release that. There's no special way to do that at the moment. Okay, and just do that again and count again and just see if you get the same sort of figure. Lovely. So you've done that and you've counted that and you've got a certain length of time for breathing in, and it's probably going to be about the same amount each time. So that's great. Let's say it's 5 seconds. If you've breathed in for 5 seconds, you need to breathe out for longer. Because what you want to do is you want to empty your lungs and you want to stimulate the parasympathetic response so that you become calmer each time you breathe out. And the more you breathe out, the calmer you become. So let's say you've decided that it takes you 5 seconds to breathe in. Maybe it'd be appropriate to take about 7 or 8 seconds, add a couple of seconds to breathe out. So it might be something like this. may not have been exactly 5 or 7 seconds. As I say, we do what comes naturally to us. Or you might do it for 7 seconds and then breathe out for 9 seconds or 11 seconds. So what I want you to do is I want you to do what comes naturally to you, based on the idea that you breathe in for a shorter period of time and breathe out for a longer period of time. Now, it doesn't matter whether you breathe out through your mouth or your nose, or you do one through the mouth or one through the nose. There's lots of different schools and thoughts of all that, but the most important thing is that it's comfortable, and sometimes if you force your breathing too much, it doesn't feel comfortable, and that in itself could also not help with the anxiety. So do what comes naturally to you, okay? Keep repeating it until you start to feel signs that the anxiety is trailing away, which it always does. And so lastly, here's a little technique to help you remember that process and help you do it correctly each time. So what I want you to do is when you breathe in, for however many seconds it takes, I want you to imagine that you're breathing in energy, okay? Rather than oxygen, you're breathing in energy. And when you're breathing out the anxiety. And the more you breathe out, the more anxiety you leave behind you. So it pays you to breathe in less energy and breathe out more anxiety. So breathe in energy and breathe out anxiety. So there we are, a simple breathing technique from myself, Robert Sanders. And if you want to see more about what I do, the people I work with, and the methods that we use, then do subscribe to my channel through the link, and I'll speak to you again soon. Thank you.